What's happening, everybody? This is Hayden Adams with Hayden.co. I'm a small business. I'm actually self-employed, and I really wanted to go through a few key components of Stripe's 2024 annual letter that stuck out to me as a self-employed business owner. First off, these numbers are pretty mind-boggling. More than 300,000 companies managing nearly 200 million active subscriptions. I'm one of those 300,000, and I have a series of clients that I work with active subscriptions, or the MRR, monthly recurring revenue. And it's really clear to see that AI is working with Stripe, or Stripe is working with AI. AI is getting bigger out there. It's not getting smaller. We all have to embrace it some which way, shape, or form. And it's really cool to see Stripe as the backbone of the billing areas of the AI era. One also thing to note, which I was really found fascinating in their report, was that the Stripe data in 2018, the top 100 SaaS companies, it took 37 months, it looks like on average, to reach that revenue milestone of $5 million. AI is moving that much faster. It now took 24 months for AI companies to reach that $5 million mark. Things are moving faster out there. This is just a clear data example. So if you're not using AI, I use it at times for my business to research, to look up things, to check code, to do a lot of pieces, both with Claude, with OpenAI. We can all talk about it, but it's one thing also to embrace and utilize it. And it's really happening here in the AI economy. What we're also seeing for small business, that we're relying more and more on SaaS companies. I love these names because I don't work in the pool cleaning business, but there is a pool cleaners use a tool called Skimmer. Churches use Tithely. That makes sense. PushPay. Synagogues use Schulware. There's a lot of tools that each individual business owner has to use. And more of these companies that we rely upon are using Stripe on the back end. Logistics has just exploded. Gym and fitness, festivals and events, everything is just going up. The wedding service is interesting on the up and down portion. But as we can really see here, we're relying more and more on SaaS platforms that, of course, are running behind the scenes with Stripe integrations. Also, this is really interesting to note as well. 43 of US GDP that is driven by small business, myself included, has untapped potential energy. I think that's very true. And it really is also true that 77% of these businesses say growth capital is hard to come by. It really is hard to get a loan. If you're starting up and you just want to get going, you might have to take a loan out. And I also get these with Stripe Capital. I haven't used Stripe Capital personally, but it's really, really easy. Stripe Capital allows you to tap into, as they already know what you're making, and you can take a loan out through Stripe and through percentage payments, pay back the loan. As it really says, funds arrive in under 48 hours and are repaid, as I just said, a percentage of sales. So as you make money, you just repay the loan back. It's effortless. That is a really great strategy for Stripe to adopt. And it really goes on to say, no lengthy applications to fill out, no trips to the bank. I do get their sales emails for this. I don't need the Stripe Capital, but they also have a built-in marketing strategy, because if you're using Stripe, you can then use Stripe Capital. Also, I found this graph really fascinating. To me, stable coins are not crypto coins, and they express this in the letter. We're not talking about all the meme coins, Doge coins, Bitcoins, because we're not tying those coins to a specific financial institution around the world. For example, the USDC, and I forget exactly, but it's US dollar coin, I believe is what it stands for, is tied to the American dollar. Now, the reason why, and I think this is just my speculation, is that I also work overseas. So every so often my clients do pay me from New Zealand dollars to US dollars. Now, I do have to have a foreign transaction fee, essentially to translate those dollars from New Zealand dollars to US dollars. If in the future I can put money into a stable coin, that'll allow me then to have a more fluid transaction to say, you can just pay me in this coin. So it really creates a newer way of working. And as you can see here, the market's really embracing stable coins. Again, we're not talking about the Bitcoins and the other cryptos, but the stable coin can really create, and I've always thought about this in terms of the Bitcoin. I really do like the idea of what Bitcoin is. Now, do I own any Bitcoin? No, it's too volatile. I've bought some in the past, I've sold some in the past, and I've just got out of that market, full disclosure. But what I really see coins doing is creating a level playing field. So if someone wants to pay you in Argentina, which it does talk about in this example, you can use a coin to transact with and buy the coin, not to worry about a foreign transaction, because the dollar is not the dollar is now a coin. So it really levels the playing field in that way. So it really helps certain markets say, we're going to adopt this dollar, this euro, this yen, and create a coin out of it that is tied to the market of that particular currency. So it's a stable coin, not a meme coin, not a Doge coin, not all those that go up and down all around and ups and downs. Those aren't stable. These kind of coins are stable, and Stripe is really embracing this in their transaction history. I really appreciated the ending of this because they are not playing a small role, at least for the small businesses out there. I really rely on Stripe for my day-to-day business. I use it every day for my business. It's part of my business's systems in order to make money. And it's a valuable thing that this can work. I think of technology as mind-blowingly amazing. It still is. And maybe I've been in this industry for 30 plus years. I tell people that I used to surf the web using Mosaic. That's how long I've been around in technology. And every day it just gets more awesome and more awesome. Sometimes crazy with the whole meme coins, but every day it really creates a new level of excitement that just I'm excited to be in. It's really a great time and era, assuming the AI robots do not show up and get us all. So I can't wait to see what Stripe's new in 2025. I'm curious to see about AI. I am always a little cautious on AI, but I do like the fact they're embracing not the meme coins, the stable coins, because that could really help a lot of businesses that work in overseas to create a universal coin to work upon. Always curious, don't know what's going to happen, but this is my takeaways on the letter from a small business self-employed individual.